story that will very soon affect you and I, maybe even our future generations. A breakthrough from Japan could rewrite emergency medicine as we know it. Scientists are developing here artificial blood that works for everyone, doesn't need matching, stays fresh without refrigeration. Now, this lab-made blood mimics the real deal. It carries oxygen, clots wounds, and lasts 2 years at room temperature. That's really a game changer compared to the 1 month shelf life of donated blood, real blood that flows in yours and my body. At the heart of this innovation here are teams at Nara Medical University and Chow University, some even using expired donor blood to extract hemoglobin, packaging it into synthetic.
Greetings one and all, welcome back to your YouTube channel, Searching Out the Matter. And the matter that we're searching out in this video is Japan had created lab-grown blood that works for everyone and lasts for years. But I ask, where will we draw the line? Or is this groundbreaking? I have another question. Have you subscribed to our channel? I say thank you. If not, I say please do. We move. I know I've been very PC, very politically correct when I said lab-grown blood. However, in layman terms, we know it as fake blood. In time past, we have heard of lab-grown rice. We have heard of lab-grown vegetables. We have also heard of lab-grown meat. I ask, where will we draw the line? What's next? Lab-grown human? Or has there already been? But let's get into the article before we continue. Japan to begin clinical trials for artificial blood in 2025. It continues. Japan stands on the brink of a medical breakthrough. The development of artificial blood that could transform emergency medicine and save countless lives. What drives this innovation? And how close are Japanese scientists to making artificial blood a reality? For decades, Japan has faced a mounting challenge. A shrinking population and an aging society have led to fewer blood donors. Even as the need for transfusion remains steady or grows. This situation is especially dire during disaster or in remote regions. Where matching the blood types and storing donated bloods are logistical nightmares. Recognizing this, the researchers have been racing to develop a safe, effective alternative artificial blood that could be administered to anyone, anywhere, at any time. Japan artificial blood journey began with small-scale studies like the 2022 trial of hemoglobin vesicles, which confirmed the safety and oxygen-carrying potential of these tiny artificial cells. Now, the effort is accelerating. In July 2024, Nara Medical University announced that a clinical trial involving healthy adults will begin by March 2025. The goal, to test safety and efficacy with hopes of practical use by 2030, a timeline that could make Japan the first country in the world to deploy artificial blood for real-world medical care. All right, we've read the article. We've read how innovative they say it is. We've read how groundbreaking they say it is. We even read where they say it could save lives. But before we get into the pros and cons of this artificial blood from Japan, let me remind you of a method that the powers that should not be like to use, and it's called Hegelian dialectic, problem, reaction, solution. They create a problem to induce your reaction to give you a solution that they already had in the first place. But to explain it a bit more intellectually, I may say, let me read this passage. And it reads, the synthetic solution of these conflicts can't be introduced unless those being manipulated take a side that will advance the predetermined agenda. It means the problem that you have, which is a conflict, it can't be solved unless you ask for a solution that they already have, which is called the predetermined agenda, right? So let that think in for a while. I hope that didn't fly over your head. All right. So let's get into the pros. And viewers, I just want you to understand that this is me arguing both sides of the coins, right? So I want you to put your pros in the comment section and also your cons. I'm going to show you my cons next, but put your pros in the comment section and also your cons. I want to know your feelings. I want to know your thoughts. I want to know what you're thinking. All right, on this topic. All right, so you have rare blood types, and of course you have AB negative, which is very rare. 1% of the population have that. So if you have that blood type and you need blood, I mean, it's going to be a long day. And secondly, you have blood shortages. Blood shortages because not enough persons are donating blood, right? All right, including the red blood type and all that. And third is waiting for available blood. And that could be a long time if you are not in the upper echelon of society. And last but not least, we have no blood donor needed for that artificial blood that Japan is making, we're referring to. Yes, because it's artificially made, you don't necessarily need, you don't, not at all need a blood donor. So that was the pros. If you have any more pros, I'm sure many persons will have. Leave it in the comment section and we can talk about it. Fair enough. All right, so I want to put one con there because my con or my thoughts on this is that this con will totally disregard every other pros that a person may have. But that's my thoughts, that's my opinion. So put your cons and pros in the comment section, as I said earlier, and let me read my cons, which I have placed here. And it reads, potential for mutations and infections. Listen, lab-grown cells, like any living tissue, are susceptible to mutation and infections. And without the protection of a full immune system, they could be more vulnerable. And that is very logical, right? Lab-grown cells they're like any living creature. They are susceptible to mutation and infections, right? And if your immune system is not strong enough, it could be more vulnerable. All right. And of course, worst case scenario, you might die, literally. All right. So that is my pros, and this is my cons, and before those are my pros. So let me know what you think in the comment section. Yeah, I really want to hear it. Listen, man, listen. Every year they have some form of innovative and groundbreaking scientific solution for whatever problem they say we might have potentially. Heavy here. The one here, it may be food, lab grown food, because our food are not growing as fast enough as that we would like. We're having droughts or what for whatever reason. And then another here, we may have fake clouds, you know, um, modified clouds. Yes, if you don't think that's a thing, that is a thing. Yeah, where they can see the clouds. But I'm saying that for one reason or the other, we always have scientists making stuff for us that is not um, good for us, I may say, because it always have a potential to make us die, literally. You know, I'm a very religious person, so I rather not take artificial things in my body. I'd rather not. I rather give in the choice. As some of the time they don't give you. But I hope you find this video informative. I hope you find it very informative. I hope that you also have a conversation with someone about this. Just have a conversation about it and see where their mind at. Or, you can be convinced of the pros or you can be convinced of the cons, but have an intellectual conversation. I think we need to have, as society, as people, need to start have intellectual conversation, not to argue, but to voice each opinion intellectual on an intellectual level. I think that is great, and we need to have that again, rather than beefing with others. But just make sure that you have a conversation about this with someone, what they're thinking. Remember to leave your thoughts in the comment section. I want to see what you're saying, what others are saying, because I think a lot, probably overthink things at times. But I want to know what you're thinking, what you're saying, to see if I am on the same level with everyone else, if I'm average or I'm below average in my thoughts. But guys, I'm back on YouTube, and I am going to be a bit more consistent going forward, hopefully, potentially, by the most high grace. Remember, search out the matter. Don't just take what they tell you. It's not so much of a mystery because everything has a history. Seek and you shall find. Knock on the door shall be open. Open your mind, brethren, because you indeed are chosen. Till next time, brethren.
Let us search out the matter. Don't just take what they tell you. It's not so much a mystery. Let us search out your history. Seek and you shall find. Knock on the door, be open. Come on, open your mind because you're chosen.